family, whether they were cousins, whether they were sisters. Mum really believed in a very big family. So I'm not surprised to hear loads of speeches about her colleagues in Parliament thinking about Mum as an extension of their family as well. She had a way of doing that. And one of the things as well that probably hasn't been talked about so much today is the fact that Mum's social activism began at a very young age. You know, many people probably become politicians much later on, but with her, you know, whenever she saw injustice, whether it was a school not being hygienic in its practices, or whether a teacher told her, you know, women, girls can't do well in maths, she always said, you know, what a woman and a man can do, they can be quite equal when it comes to performance. She led by example, and we hope to be a good reflection of our dear departed mother. I'll hand over to Moses.
Apoyo undusu, yeah. Apoyo unudino, yeah. I'd like to thank all of you for coming tonight and standing with us here. My name's Moses Utiek. I'm the second-born biological son of Mama and Cecilia Ogwal. I specifically started by thanking you because this is what Mom has always longed for, coming together in support of each other, and not just coming and following whatever people do, but jubilating over it. The last few weeks that she was with us, all she did was jubilate, celebrate. Favorite verses in the Bible were all verses of celebration, praise, the Psalms, you know, Proverbs that gave wisdom, and everything that empowered. So that's the spirit she had. Now that she's left us, what she expects us to do is celebrate. Not celebrate because we're missing her, no. We will miss her, we will be hurt, but we're celebrating having her. One of the things she said while she was still ailing is, if you're coming to see me, don't come and cry. First, cry all your tears and finish them, and then when you're done, you can pop it. Yeah, because now, what are you crying for? I'm fine. You know, what happens to me, happens to me. You know? And that's the spirit. So we're here to celebrate Mom. We're here to give her an honorable goodbye, farewell. But jubilate because we were lucky to have her with us. She has left us with a big part of herself, which we will miss, and it will hurt. Yeah, it will hurt. So we deal with it. But let's not mold the mood into something that she wouldn't want it to be. Yeah. So thank you for coming. We are going to celebrate this together. Let's walk this journey together. We need you. It's your presence here and support that helps us actually make it the way it should be. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for being here, everybody. My name is Nicholas Ogwal, third born of Mzee Lamek, Etimat. I live in the US, so many times when I come over, I meet people who used to come through the home when I used to live here permanently. And they, you know, sometimes I don't remember them. Especially during these last few days, that has happened quite a bit. And it has been so refreshing to have to remember people from having not remembered them at all. And after a few conversations, all these memories come back. And it then kind of gives me that reflection of what Imat used to bring to our lives. It's just bringing people together. There are a lot of people who came through this home, either through politics or through friendships. So many different people from all over the country. And I've seen so many of these faces in the last few days. And that's a pure reflection of what Imach used to bring into this home. And I think that is something to celebrate. Another thing that is of note is that Mom liked dancing. And I was really happy to see Mom being welcomed by a traditional dance. I've seen a lot of memes with Mom, dancing in parties, and I think people took note of that. So I'm happy that this has been a part of her send-off. So thank you everybody for standing with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you everybody. I'm Andrew Peel. Currently resident in South Africa, and it's good to be back again. There's a song that I remember very vividly from Mom's last visit that goes like this. And she danced with her grandchildren in my living room in Cape Town. It goes like this. This is the time to work for Uganda. This is the time to work for your nation. Now imagine, that's one of the first songs that her grandkids have learned from her, from my household. That woman is a patriot, a mother, a friend, a grandmother, a master of that which we have seen, the strides that she has taken here with us. She went fishing out in the world, she made friends, and she always cast her net beyond what you would expect. Family for her is not about the children that came out of her womb. Friends are not the people that she met in school, or she meets only in parliament. No. She had friends everywhere you went. And that's why for me to come here and see the gathering is fantastic. I thank you all, for this is really a pat on all our backs. For we have managed to walk with her, to share life with her, to share space in this great movement of an individual. The orchestra that she has brought and played in this world of ours has been witnessed by all of us. And we have all played a part in that drama of the life of Cecilia, Barbara, and Team Ogwal. And for that, I honor you all. For in as much as we honor her now, I also honor you, because she's nothing without us, and we are nothing without her. It goes together. So thank you so much for being here. It's really something very important to us. Thank you so much.
Hello all of you, my name is Philip Chen. I'm the twin of Andrew, who has spoken to you now. Look, I think there's so much that's been said about Mom. She's a very lovely person. The thing that I remember about her most of all was that she had this very loud, strong voice that would just seem to make all the other places around her silent. Because her voice was just everywhere at the same time. But yeah, I mean, it was, she saw me very glorious times. You know, I've been having some issues, of course, in life. She would help me, counsel me on so many issues. And I learned a lot from her. But one thing which I want to maybe share with all of you, which I actually haven't shared with anyone as yet, which will probably also calm the hearts of all of us here, was before Mom passed on, I had this dream, and the dream was very, very vivid. There was a very, very, very great water that came and swallowed up everything. Nothing survived. There was water everywhere, not a single tree could be seen, not a single building, not a single bird, everything. But there was a ship which was in this water. There was this ship that was in the water. The ship seemed to have been, I don't know how, but the ship was mine. So the ship was in the water, but now all of a sudden my view came out of the ship, and now I was looking at the ship in the water. The water turned round and around and swallowed the ship, turned it upside down in, and I was looking at the ship, I was telling myself in my mind, man, this thing, there's no way. But all of a sudden the waters now calmed down, and the ship came to the surface. So now people now got up and were all checking on ourselves. Hey, are you okay? Where is so and so? But now there were two distinct let me call them ships on the water. There was the ship, the wooden one, and there was it was a 4x4. It was a car, a 4x4. So now everyone was expecting that 4x4 to survive. So everyone was looking around. The people in the 4x4, I think, were either VIPs or some very powerful people. But they looked for the 4x4. Eventually, they found the 4x4, but there was no one inside the 4x4. They were all gone. And everyone in the ship was asking, where's the 4x4? Where did it go? We were checking everywhere. We could not find them. And in the ship, for some reason, the ship was only for couples. I didn't know why, but it was only for couples. It was Mr. and Mrs. so-and-so. And apparently in the ship, Mom was there. Mom was there talking with her voice, but in the ship, because of the waters, it was a bit dark. So I was hearing Mom's voice, but it was dark where she was. And she was surrounded by Dad and many other uncles and aunties of mine. So I saw that Mom was there, like, oh, okay, fine. There were young people there. I was saying, okay, fine. The young people were meeting each other. Everyone was supposed to be coupled by rule. So they were meeting each other, greeting each other. So a man would come and shake the girl's hand. The girl would be like, okay, let me come. And it was a very beautiful dream. But that happened, I dreamed about it like about maybe 2 weeks before Mom departed. So I thought maybe I'll just share that with all of you here to let you know that, this, I call it more like a magic trick. When you can't really see something, it doesn't go anywhere. Maybe it's just inside of you. It's just a trick. It's a trick of life. I mean, that's how I can describe it. Right? Yeah, I think I've talked long enough. But please, I just told you that dream just to calm your hearts, to let you know that, look, Mom hasn't left us. She's with us now more than ever. Thank you for listening.
As you can see, we're very good storytellers. My name is Joshua Ogwal. I am the 6th born of Mzee Lamek and Imat. And as a 6th born for about 4 years, I actually was the last born. And this is now the thing I'm going to say about Imat. Imat was a defender. And I'll say it because of this. Midway in my last born, I learned that when you are the last born, you got entitled to quite a couple of favors. You do things and no one could be able to do anything to you. And kids learn very fast. So I learned it. Since my brothers, and you can see they are the number before me, since my brothers were older than me, they had toys before me, so I learned that you can get the toy away from one of your older brothers, and they can't take it away because you're the last born. You can come downstairs, finish all the tea, and nothing will be done to you because you're the last born. And because all of them knew that my mom would defend me. Unfortunately, the one thing I never knew at that point in time was that for about 8 hours every day, Mom would be out of home, working, and these guys would take their revenge. So that's why I didn't get spoiled. But the point is, Mom was always a defender. I met one of our former neighbors a while ago. The late Professor Karujiro was a neighbor of ours, and I do remember from time to time, his eldest son, Edward, would have discipline issues with Professor, and he would have to flee from Professor's house, and this was always his refuge. And I remember Mom would keep telling Edward, no, it seems my brother is not, he doesn't know how to discipline you, so you don't worry, I'll talk with him. But for you, Edward, there's a bed here, There is food, stay as long as you want. And if professor wants to discipline you, he has to come through me. So she would have a word with professor. I don't know how they would handle it, but eventually Edward would have to go back home. I don't know, maybe Edwina or Edith will say what happened when he eventually went back home. But mom was a defender, not only in the home, but outside of the home. A defender of justice, a defender of the girl child, a defender of human rights, but essentially a defender, and a defender for everyone, not just her family. Her family, friends of her family were her family. At times we actually get jealous of her love for our friends. We wonder, but mom, we are your family. But she loved our friends in some cases more than at least she seemed to. But that was the love of our mother. Magnanimous, never ending. So thanks all of you for celebrating her. Thank you, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, for being here to celebrate her. Thank you so much. I know you had a wonderful relationship with her. In the absence of the Honorable Speaker, I would like to also thank her so very much, and Honorable Jane Acheng, the Minister of Health, who was just wonderful to her during her last days. But all of you, thank you so very much. Thank you.
Good evening to you all. I thank you all for coming by to support the family through this grief. My name's Ronald Lamek Ogwal. Dad, sorry I couldn't make it to SMART, but maybe because I was a little, you know, yeah. So I thank Mom so much, because I didn't realize the talents which I had in life. But when I was young, when I was growing up, there's always one thing she taught me. She taught me to be a manager. She used to call me her manager. I used to manage her accounts. I used to do the shopping in the house, manage the trucks, and manage everything. So this is the talent she saw in me. I didn't know I could do all this. But she told me that I could really manage something in business and in life. And I thank God that I have managed to do that, and I have managed to follow that trend. When I see something whereby I can do, I will always try to do it. That is why in life, I look at all my brothers, they call me Biggie, they call me main man. I don't know why. I'll ask them one time why they call me all that, and yet I don't think I deserve all those accolades. But maybe it's because what our mom taught us, that you know what, there is that hidden talent which really he has. So I thank you all, and I know we have all learned one thing or the other from her. Thank you all for coming.
Good evening, fellow mourners. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us tonight, all the dignitaries. My name is Henry Ogwal. I follow Joshua, who was saying that he was enjoying his glorious time as the last born. Sorry that I cut you short, Josh, but that's part of life. You may not know, but at a very early age, I actually am the one that took and led Mama Cecilia to the Lord. And from then on, she surpassed and went further than I would think. And it's simply because my mother is always thinking big about everything. And that's a big challenge, and it's left us a lot of work to do. The good thing is she has also given us a foundation to start from. So all of us here, I can see all of us are level-headed, very smart, and all have families. And it's simply because she has impacted and she has given us that insight of family. Another thing is, she is a very, very good cook, and no one has mentioned this, but I'll tell you. Sunday lunch, whoever knows this house would want to come on Sunday. Why? Is because she would make for us a very sumptuous meal. So anyone has an excuse to come home on Sunday. And we had a lot of unity. We still have so many old photos from our albums, so many years ago. And what I can say is those are lovely memories that we'll always live and really hold in our hearts, close to our hearts. And for her, she always wanted to celebrate any small opportunity that we had to celebrate. Whether it's someone has just come back from the US took like 5 years or so. Remember, my brothers took some time to come back. We had to celebrate. And that's our mother. She loves celebration. So I'd like to thank you all for coming and standing with us today. And God bless you all as you journey back to your homes.
Hi everyone, good evening. Stella Zerenzi team is my name. Thank you all for coming and for supporting us and for all the lovely outpouring messages about Mom. As all my siblings have mentioned, Mom had all these qualities, but the one that I can quickly pick off mind is her resilience. I remember one time I got a situation at work and I was rushed to the hospital. So Mom is called and then Mom comes to the hospital. So Mom asks the doctor what's wrong with my daughter, and they tell her I think the daughter is maybe stressed. Mom says, I beg your pardon. They said that, yeah, your daughter is stressed. She said, no, she cannot be stressed. You need to check again. So anyway, the doctor says, yeah, I said, no. Anyway, you finish whatever you're doing, we'll go for a second opinion. So then they allow her to come to the room, and then she comes and says, Omera Stella, that you're stressed. Can you ever be stressed? Yeah? You know how we do this thing. We are always pam, 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 yeah? As in we are go-getters. And then she told me you cannot be stressed. And I got a second opinion, and yeah, I got fine. So after I recovered, she gave me a pep talk and told me, you have to go out there and achieve your best. And for sure, that is something that she has taught me. And I think I'm resilient. And I know I will make you proud, Mom. And she always told me that I love crying. And I'm sure everybody expected me to, yeah. But today, I'm here to tell Mom that yes, I'm going to make you proud. Today is no, I'm not crying today. And yeah, I'm not crying today because every time she told me I needed to think solutions because my tears are not going to give me the solutions. Yeah, so indeed, you're not there now to give me the solutions, but you have empowered me to think solutions all the time. So I'm sure the guidance that you've given and the support and the love will carry us on together as a family, and we shall for sure carry on your legacy. So thank you once again for all the support, for the prayers, and I can only ask the Lord to bless you richly. Yeah, thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. All protocol observed. I'm the last person with the mic, so I don't know if I have any story to tell. But I'm called, yes, I'm called Otiek Ronald James. And I've had the privilege of having two sets of parents. I'm left with only one, who's died. But being one of the youngest, Henry has the official title of being the last born. That cannot be taken away from him. I've seen and I've experienced a lot of grooming from Mom. But not only Mom, because everyone else has been trained by Mom So if mom is not there, then Ross is like mom. If Ross is not there, then Moses or Nikki, so no joking around. But one thing about mom, which was special. One, she's a disciplinarian. Everyone knows that. There's a line you cannot cross. And for some reason, she never disciplined you for the same crime. She could only discipline you once. That means whatever tactic she used was effective. One example was when I was a kid, I think I was in P1. You know, P1, you go to school, you're so happy, break time, people are playing, you run around with your shoes, you play, kick the ball, okay, yeah. So, first time, a few weeks, mom has bought you a new pair of shoes, you come and they touch it. So, she buys another one. Do the same thing, another 3 weeks, or play football, kick stones. So this went on, and mom said, hey, what's your problem? Okay. So that was P1. So she devised a very intuitive, or a very genius solution to the problem. So one day, I've spoiled the shoes, there are holes everywhere. She went to Bata and bought me a pair of girls' shoes. A pair of girls' shoes with flowers. Okay. So now, okay, yeah. P1. So I go to class, and it's very unfortunate that you cannot really hide. You can hide many other things, but you can't hide your shoes. Because everyone scans you. And so break time comes, okay. Everyone is laughing at you, oh, your shoes, Of course, I can't tell them why. And so, yeah, the term ended successfully, and those shoes were the way I got them. So, I learned my lesson. And if you look at all the things I have, not only shoes, I keep things very well because I know. So that's mom. I think it's not always stick and carrot, it's not always shout. No. There are ways of disciplining, so please. So thank you for coming to celebrate with us. It's a privilege and a very big honor. Mom has been an ambassador for all of us, and it's best that she gets the best and the best send-off anyone can ever get. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. At home here is called Professor. So, because of that pecking that you got along the line, it shaped you into what you are.